Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the 115 Show. This is a show where I interview people about a topic that is very near and dear to my heart, Call of Duty Zombies. The first guest that I have today, you have seen him a couple of times. Only two, though. His name is Matt. Hi, Matt.
Would I?
I should have planned that out beforehand.
Just a little bit.
It's fine, though. How are you doing today, Matt?
Oh, you know.
Would I?
Would you?
Would I?
Would you what?
Ask how you're doing. And I think I would. How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty good. I don't think I've seriously answered that fucking question in a good 10 years.
Yeah?
It's always been a fucking, like, a joke as a response.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So, are you ready to answer some quirky little questions about zombies? Because I know you like zombies.
The cops said there wouldn't be any more questioning involved.
I'm sorry, that is not in the form of a question.
Clueless.
So yeah, I guess we're just gonna go ahead and start this off. What's if you had to think about it, it can be from any game, Treyarch or non-Treyarch.
Transit.
What would be your favorite map?
Transit.
Yeah?
No.
Okay.
My favorite map. That's a tough one. Because Origins is a big classic. It's the biggest map.
Yeah,
before like everything changed. Yeah. Transit isn't as bad as people make it, though it'd be more of a town guy than a transit guy.
Right.
And then what's it called? Zombies in Spaceland was also a fun breath of fresh air to the whole game. In Cold War, there was also Die Machina.
The first one, right?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
That was a completely new game, and it was just a fun game to just circle in, just endlessly.
Yeah, Cold War Zombies was a lot better than people were saying it was. I mean, I know a lot of people liked it, but yeah,
more people complain about Vanguard than Cold War, and there's a reason for that.
True. Vanguard
mostly because Vanguard just Cold War plus.
Yeah. So if you had to pick one from Origins, Transit, or Zombies in Spaceland, what would it be?
Probably Origins.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I know the map like the back of my hand.
Conversely, what is your least favorite map?
Shinonuma. Next question.
Shinonuma?
Don't even have to think about it. Just Shinonuma.
Why?
I don't like it. It's a cramped map. Everything's sluggish. You have a bunch of traps in the way of everything. The map kind of loops in on itself, but everything's also segregated completely. It's not a fun map. There's no life to it. Verrückt has more life to it, and it's just two hallways and a staircase.
Verrückt has more of like an atmosphere to it.
It does, yeah. And the best atmosphere that Shinonuma has is throwing a grenade at a corpse to kill yourself. Sorry. Leave that out.
All right, we're gonna move on. So again, any map or any game, Treyarch, Infinite Warfare, whatever. What map has your favorite Easter egg in it?
I somehow knew what question it was going to be. The past 3 questions, I've known what your questions were going to be. I haven't seen the questions at all, by the way.
I know.
Well, I'm saying that to general audience, but I guess, yeah, you too, because I could have looked at Max. Favorite Easter egg?
And it can be, like, main quest Easter egg, or it can even be side Easter egg. It doesn't have to be main quest.
I haven't done it much, but I think the Ghostbusters, and that's not what it's called.
The Ghostbusters?
Ghost and Skulls. This Ghost and Skulls Easter egg in Shell and Shuffle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's a fun little side quest to get, like, a free perkaholic, and doing the actual game part of it was also fun. Like, that was it's an easy little funny little side quest, little guy, little man.
Little dude, little homie, just
Yeah, it's
fucking
like
absolutely vibing.
yeah, and it's not required at all. But and then for like the amount of like work required for the reward, it's
Right.
absolutely worth it.
Huh. I
Yeah,
think
surprised you with that one.
yeah, no, for sure. I think if I had to say, I really, mostly for nostalgic purposes, I really love the jump scare Easter egg on Mob of the Dead.
I've known of it and I've done it a couple times, but jump scares aren't my thing. However, it does have an underrated little brother. The
Are
jump
you
scare
talking?
in Origins.
Oh, that's not the one you were talking about. Okay.
Which one do you think I was talking about?
There is you didn't play Black Ops 4 very much. So there is one in Classified. Um you must have heard of it, where you go to the no man's land, and if you look at an area with a sniper, you get jump scared by last gen Richtofen.
What fucking no man's land is there in fucking Classified?
You get teleported to no man's land from Moon. That's where Pack-a-Punch is.
Is it?
Yeah, you really didn't play Black Ops 4.
I thought it was the same spot as it was in fucking Black Ops 1.
Nope.
Hmm. And no, I definitely did not. I didn't really like Black Ops 4.
Um, but yeah, no. You get jump scared by last gen Richtofen, and it's really fucking funny.
I've heard of the Easter egg. I just didn't know it was from Classified.
Um, cool. All right. So the Ghosts and Skulls from Shaolin Shuffle. That really came out of left field.
Yeah. People forget about Shell and like the entirety of Infinite Warfare because it's the most un-zombies like zombies game, but it was
Literally.
also the most unique zombies game. Given a bit more time, it could have flourished into like a completely different beast,
Probably.
like
Um. All
multi-game
right.
Easter egg
Who is your favorite character
to play as.
to play as? Well, no, I guess it could be to play as or just in the zombies lore in general.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure everybody in this fucking world can guess who my favorite character is.
Haha.
It's the funny German man.
The funny Deutschland.
Funny Deutschland.
Um, maybe I'd have to go with Misty.
Is it for
She's
the
just
reasons I'm thinking, or is there an actual
absolutely
reason
not in my
behind this?
mouth.
Or is there an
It is.
actual reason behind
It,
this?
there are reasons. Like, there's her whole character and how she takes none of it from anybody. Um, the funny quotes that she has and the interactions she has with characters. But there's also just like this part of her in fucking Black Ops 2. It is the weirdest thing to like a character for. But I really love the texture on her fucking gloves in Black Ops 2.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I do too.
It's like it's the most unique glove we had in the entire game, probably ripped from some other model in campaign or some shit. I don't know. I never played it.
Um, you know what? Like, yeah, it's a meme at this point that Richtofen is my favorite character, and I gotta say though, I prefer Primus Richtofen. I like the over the top, like batshit insane Richtofen from Ultimus is pretty good. I prefer the more grounded, and realistic Richtofen. But
Which is
if I had to say a second favorite, it would probably be Stuhlinger, just because of how fucking funny he is.
yeah. And the thing with like the groundedness of Primus Richtofen is the fact that he could potentially be seen as the most unhinged character, even compared to Ultimus Richtofen. Like
Yeah,
Ultimus Richtofen is just like a Nazi that has accidentally discovered time travel and has been doing shit with that and wants to take over like the world. But Primus Richtofen has the power of the entire universes completely. Fucked a bunch of dimensions. Has another dimension in his fucking pocket that's stuck on a loop. And is stuck in a time loop until he eventually kills himself and stops that time loop, which also ends up killing himself and everybody else. Absolutely unhinged behavior.
yeah, no, that's very fair. it still fucking it breaks my heart every time I watch the Blood of the Dead cutscene.
I wish the nicest fun.
And I gotta say, probably one of the best moments in Zombies is in Tag der Toten. There's an Easter egg where you can hear them all around a campfire, and they're all just singing a song, and it's fucking great.
I thought it was just an end cutscene.
No, it's not an end cutscene. It's an Easter egg. And Richtofen ends the song with "I was the nicest one."
Sag.
I know. All right. If you had to choose, and you know what, we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna go specifically for Black Ops 2 because that's the one we played the most. What's your favorite weapon?
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
And this is not including wonder weapons.
Oh. I'm just kidding. I fucking know which weapon I love the most. It's the fucking PDW.
You fucking weren't expecting that one, were you?
I wasn't expecting that question, but PDW has been my fucking bestie in Black Ops 2, like, forever.
Yeah,
multiplayer and
PDW is really good.
Yeah, it was my bestie. It was my best. I think it's the first gun I got gold.
I really wish that more maps included the MP7 from Black Ops 2, because the MP7 was my bestie in multiplayer.
Was it even in Zombies?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't in a single map.
I was about to say, like, I don't remember ever playing with the MP7.
It wasn't in a single map. It was always in multiplayer, and that really bugged me because, like, I really loved the MP7.
And yet we got the fucking Peacekeeper in Zombies.
And yet we got the fucking Peacekeeper. Yeah, that's fair.
Like, DLC weapon added in Zombies, base game weapon? Never heard of it.
Nah, fam. Yeah, the PDW is pretty good. All right, so then on the other side of the coin, what's
SMR.
Your favorite wonder weapon?
Oh. The SMR.
Now, I will say this, and this is probably going to be very controversial for me to say. The bows and the staffs count as one. So, like, you can like the bows or you can like the staffs, but you can't like an individual one.
The SMR.
Stop.
Can find the Smiler.
Stop.
Favorite wonder weapon.
For me personally, I absolutely cannot stand the map that this comes from, but I really, really love using the Sliquifire. The Sliquifire,
the lean machine,
the fucking lean gun. The Sliquifire is so fucking funny to use, and it's just great. But Dire Eyes can suck a fat one.
Yeah, I mean, if you know where to circle, you're fine. There's two big circling spots on the map.
Yeah, that's true. And it also did give us the musical genius that is Who's Who.
Who's Who? Let's see. Favorite wonder weapon.
And this one isn't specifically to Black Ops 2. This is for any game.
No, I know. I mean, none of these have really been specifically Black Ops 2, except for the one question that you.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw a curveball at you.
Probably the Mark II.
Yeah, the Mark II is pretty good.
Like, there's a bunch of reasons, and like, it's probably shorter if I just go through the reasons that I picked it over any, or why I didn't pick other weapons. The Wunderwaffe and Thundergun are cool, but they're basic fucking weapons compared to like the rest of the universe.
Oh yeah, but they're like so iconic.
They're iconic, but it's like, at one point, do you pick the Thundergun over a bunch of different weapons, right? Oh man, this thing only has 24 ammo and I can't pick it up early rounds. What's that? The ray gun? Fuck yeah. Same thing with the fucking Wunderwaffe. It has like, what, 24 fucking shots in it?
It has 30 if you count the reserve. Oh no, that's Pack-a-Punched. That's Pack-a-Punched. Yeah, it only has 24.
So it's like, they're really limited to ammo. They're really strong, but really limited to ammo. Then you have the ray gun, which is iconic. And I don't really like... The Paralyzer is boring. There's nothing fun about it other
Yeah,
than I'm going to sit in a tree or clip out of bounds with it. The Time Bomb
yeah.
is cool, but it's not really a wonder weapon. It's
No,
more
I
like
wouldn't.
a wonder
It's
lethal
special.
grenade.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
consider. I wouldn't consider a time bomb a
Um,
special or a wonder weapon.
the bows and staves are cool. I disagree with like lumping them all together, but even individually, they're kind of like they're cool and they're ridiculously OP, but they require multiple steps to get.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can take you like the majority of your game to even attain one.
Well, I mean,
Um,
unless you're a speedrunning god like I am,
then it takes a third of the game.
then it takes a third of the game.
Um, and then I'm not gonna go into like advanced and infinite and all those. I don't think there was a wonder weapon advanced in like infinite and Black Ops 4 and like those just get crazy. Infinite Warfare had the most grounded wonder weapons because it was like, oh, the space gun, like it's just a gun, it's a pistol,
From space.
it's like the boom house or whatever. But the ray gun was different because it was retroactively added to every single map when Buried drop, um, and or maybe it dropped only in Buried and Origins opened it up. I forget.
No,
Um,
no, yeah, you're right. No. When Buried dropped, it was retroactively added, but Buried was the only map that more than one person can get it on.
right. So there's that, and then there's the idea of you've been playing zombies for a while and you've had the ray gun, and there was a rumor of having a ray gun 2, and the ray gun 2 was real, and it looks super cool and slick and metallic, and you pull out a cartridge and put another one in, and it does fire bursts, and you don't blow yourself up as bad, and it's just like this cool fucking gun that's as grounded as the ray gun, but just better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
that's why that one's my favorite.
The Mark II is pretty good. Okay, this was not originally a question, but because you said ray gun, I have to ask this. What's your favorite iteration of ray gun? And I mean that as in like original ray gun, but what do you think is the best game that has it? Black Ops 1, 2, 3, or World at War? What has the best ray gun? Because they're all different.
That's not a subjective question.
No,
like,
it's an objective question.
Yeah, yes. That's objective because of damage points. I think Black Ops 1 had the strongest one.
It did.
Yeah. Zombies knowledge, Lamau.
It did.
In terms of looks, though, Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Specifically, Black Ops 2 maps that had the green coil for the ray gun. Not the blue one.
Coil. No, they always had the green coil.
No. It was originally, it had a blue coil.
What?
And some maps had a green one.
Huh. Anyway.
Yeah, all right. Let me send this.
Oh, that's the coil that you mean.
Yeah,
okay.
And I swear, if I can find an image.
I see what you're saying.
Unless I'm hallucinating this. I can't be hallucinating it specifically because of this image.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Here's another one from a different angle. I think it might have been specifically transit map or buried.
So, Matt.
Me.
What's your favorite quirky little perk there? Actually, I think I already know the answer to this.
I don't know if you do.
Is it Who's Who?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's useless. Fuck that.
I was thinking more of because of the jingle.
The jingle's not enough to carry a fucking perk into the elections, my guy. Favorite perk. Mind if I throw a curveball at you?
Sure.
Dead shot and buried.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I can... No, that's not even a curveball. I totally agree with that.
Just like, oh yes, I will suddenly make a bunch of money by shooting people in the head.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that.
It's hard to get, and hard to maintain. Or easy to fuck up, rather. But man, does it make cash when you don't have a bank.
Oh, for sure.
I also have that, in terms of real perks and not perma perks,
I'd say for real perks, just because of the versatility of it, my favorite perk is probably stamina.
Mine's probably actual Deadshot, Double Tap 2.0, or Speed Cola.
Oh, dude, Double Tap 2.0 literally made the most useless perk in Black Ops 1 fucking viable.
It was still worth it. Like,
No, it wasn't. All you did was shoot your bullets faster.
which means you kill people faster.
I never thought that it was worth it in Black Ops 1. It was never my choice of the 4 perk slots.
There was a lot of situations where I would end up taking a different fourth perk, but double tap isn't something that I'm going to look at and go like, oh, I don't want that. Compared to something like Mule Kick, where I will never actually pick it up on purpose. I'll only ever give it to it like through like perks, like drops, or like a gobble gum or some shit. I'm never gonna actually pick up Mule Kick. I'd rather pick up
Straight
double tap
up.
first or 1.0.
This is gonna be some heresy coming out of my mouth right now. But when Moon dropped and Mule Kick was added into all the maps, I always picked it over Double Tap in Kino.
I mean that's fair. I don't
100,
like having
100% of the time, I would always do Speed Cola, Quick Revive, Juggernog, and Mule Kick.
I don't like having to swap between 3 different weapons, and the fucking $4,000 perk limit or the point cost for it is also absurd.
Yeah, I think having 3 guns wasn't as big as they thought it would be.
No, it's still useful if you're going for really high rounds, because then you can have like the thunder gun, a ray gun, and then some other like gun, like an LMG, like the HVK, right?
Yeah.
Or the RPK. But like for me, I'm usually fine with like a wonder weapon and then any other gun.
Right.
And that wonder weapon can be a ray gun, can be Mark II, can be a staff, it could be another fucking normal gun.
It could be another thunder gun.
Fucking in Black Ops Cold War, my go-to when I was playing just circling on the Machina was the fucking Howler and either the ray gun or some kind of like AR or SMG.
Huh. Yeah.
That is because the Howler was really fucking good, and I'm counting it as a fucking wonder gun.
All right. So, what about here's another curveball. Favorite Easter egg song?
Might have to go with Pareidolia.
Yeah,
It hits.
That's totally fair. Pareidolia fucking slaps. And you know what else slaps? Beauty of Annihilation. And I'm still really upset that Treyarch decided to not put it into the BO3 version of Duris.
Yeah. It's a shame.
It is a shame. I gotta say, mostly for pure nostalgia, but also because of just how fucking hard the song goes.
Lullaby of a Dead Man?
No. It's either gotta be 115 or Archangel.
True. Archangel's not that old. Granted, it's almost 10 years old.
I never said old.
You said nostalgia. That implies old.
Oh, not necessarily.
I mean, you won't say something that came out last week is nostalgic.
Yes, I will. I was just about to make a joke, but you wouldn't understand it, so I'm not going to say it. Moving on. But yeah, fucking... Archangel goes fucking hard, but 115 is just so iconic.
Yeah.
And I'm genuinely convinced that 115 is the reason I'm into the music that I am now.
I don't have a genre of music.
I do.
I'm like, it's weird. I did music for fucking like 4.5 years because of like high school, and I can still play like the guitar. I just have to get back to the swing of things. I can like quote unquote play the piano, and I can read and write like music sheets. But I have trouble figuring out what a genre a song can be sometimes, and I don't favor genres or albums. I'll just kind of like mix and mash like different songs that I like. Oh, this song's like a pop song and I like it. And then I'll listen to some metal, and then I'll listen to some rock or some shit. And then cool, some techno and some hyper and some dubstep for the old kickback nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I can't I don't think I've ever listened to a singular album and thought, yes, I like every single song in this album. I will download every single song.
Oh, I have. You know I have, but
I know you have.
that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, well, at that point, it's because you really like the artist.
That's fair. All right, you know what? We've actually ended up with the last question of the night.
That's what you think. Spin the wheel, because I've got a question for you.
What? Editor, put a wheel in here. I'm the editor. Why am I saying it like that?
I didn't even mean to say fucking wheel.
I'm putting in a wheel.
Put a table from SpongeBob, a SpongeBob table, and turn it. Boom. How the tables have turned.
What does that mean?
Right, you haven't played the movie game. We need to make you play the movie game.
Maybe that'll be a series someday. Hint, hint.
Wink, wink. It is a short game.
Are you gonna ask your question?
I am. Am I?
Are you?
What is your favorite mechanic from Zombies?
My favorite
whether
mechanic?
it be like a trap, whether it be like a trap or a map specific like thing to it, or like just a quirkiness of what the map does, like anything in any game.
Shit.
For example, for me, I really like being able to place down the wall buys in Buried. Like,
yeah,
that's
that is a really
cool gimmick.
That is a really cool gimmick. Shit. I don't know.
The curviest of curveballs.
Fuck, I wasn't expecting to answer a question tonight.
I've been planning it for the past like 5 minutes.
I totally believe that.
Ruminating.
Favorite mechanic? You know what? I'd have to say, as frustrating as it is, I really, really like the jump pads in the biodome on Moon.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's not even like a good mechanic. I just like how fucking fun it is.
It's just cool.
Yeah. The whole fact that the whole like concept of a biodome in and of itself is cool as shit.
Right? Like, oh no, suddenly it's been depressurized and now there's zero gravity, meaning you don't fucking die when you fall off the platforms anymore.
Men only want one thing, and it's disgusting. Decompression Tunnel 6. Now, if you're done hijacking my show, we're on to the final question of the evening.
I thought you said that was the last question of the evening.
We're on to the final of my questions for the evening. What's your best memory of Zombies?
You.
Damn.
Just no hesitation.
What do you mean?
I fucking met you through Zombies. Literally, I played Black Ops 2 for the multiplayer. Like, I played Black Ops 1 with my cousin back when Black Ops 1 was a thing, and eventually I played a bit of Black Ops 2. We got Black Ops 2 for the multiplayer, and I played a shit ton of that, like a fucking buttload of multiplayer, like so much multiplayer. I'm surprised I didn't even make it the fucking Prestige Master. But eventually I started playing the Zombies mode, and I found out about Easter eggs, and I had been trying to do them by myself and with Max, and he was like, oh god, he was like 4 around the time I started. And that was around Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. And eventually I just kind of met you in a Zombies lobby, and we just kind of kicked off from there, and it's been basically almost 10 years now.
Yeah, it has been almost 10 years.
Yeah, around that time of like 2013-ish, that like a good like 4 years before that and up to that point and a bit after that, I made friends on the internet and then just kind of stopped talking to them like a couple months to a year later. You're one of the only friends that I've maintained a friendship on the internet for a really fucking long time.
Yeah, that's very true.
Now cry about it, bitch.
I am crying about it. Well, that's all the time I have for tonight. Thank you, Matt, for joining us. I really hope that everybody enjoys the inaugural episode of the 115 show. If you have any suggestions for questions that you'd like to see in the future, make sure to leave a comment. And I'm going to try and make this a weekly thing. I can't promise what day it'll be uploaded, but I will sure try my hardest to make it a weekly thing. Next week's guest, haven't decided yet. I have like 6 people I have to ask, and hopefully one of them says yes. Matt, do you have anything you'd like to say before we end the show?
No, but like paste a picture of the inaugural like dress on screen.
Why would I do that?
Because it'd be funny.
That's fair. It would be funny.
I go with like the inaugural episode, but like you just kept talking after that, so it doesn't really fit in anymore.
No, it doesn't. So anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button, and I can't wait to get a few shameless episodes out of this.
Shameless.
Good night, everybody.